have you noticed? I've noticed a little thing here that the better teams, the teams that are doing better and stronger, have more
good players. No way. No way.
No. Let me rephrase that.
Land.
The better teams have what?
Land.
Quick, because the plane's on fire.
Can I start off with something that I discovered this week?
Somebody left an Instagram comment on a clip that we put up last week, and it said, "How many years have we been doing this?" And Steve-O still says, "Can I say something?"
Oh. Well, okay, so I can then, mate. Guess what?
You're polite.
And I want to address this to Jordy because Jordy's probably going to be the one that like, whoa. Did you know that the female clitoris,
as opposed to the male one, yeah?
No, same thing. Yeah, but males have just grown more because I usually grab the clitoris like this and go like that.
I didn't know that was a move.
I want to know where this is going though.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say after that, bro. Like,
I'm not saying that I found out. Like you lot. So what? You knew that the clitoris, yeah, was.
Listen, I just want to say one thing. Continue to put your hand up and ask questions. Just ask first.
I wonder if the crowd knew this. This is like as I say, I found out midweek. Then went away, done some
You haven't done your research.
Investigative research.
Do your research. I need to do my research on that one.
Trust me, bro. Because some are stronger than others.
Filthy at 5.
Sorry about that, lad.
That's a bad beginning, by the way.
We got a big announcement coming next week. But yeah, big announcement next week. Like biggest of the year, I would say. We're saving it to the end. And it's not that Lumos is gone, although that is next week. So bye Lumos.
What? Lumos is going next week.
You've been going for time, fam. You're like them closing down sales in the store.
Innit?
Yeah, I've been counting down.
Tigo's been counting
I've
down.
got a special calendar.
And
the
then
Lumos is leaving calendar.
Then the Lumos return countdown starts.
Thank you everyone who listens on Spotify. I don't know if you saw our Spotify Wrapped statistics. We have a very low audience on Spotify. I don't think people realize because we obviously focus mostly on YouTube, but the Spotify numbers they're growing. Boys, I'm going to introduce the panel right now. From my right to my left, he's representing Jose Mourinho, who to me is a man in semi-retirement.
Yes.
He's in Rome. He's at Roma. They're doing okay. He didn't win in Europe last year. And
He said he wants to go Saudi, so.
Is he that old, or is it the creases in the top that's making him wrinkly?
Basically, it just got washed today, and I just wore it without ironing it. I'm sorry.
Next on the panel, he's celebrating Star Wars Day next year. His name's STEVO the Madman.
May the 4th be with you, man.
STEVO the Madman, King of Snap, man with the gap, back.
And he's a big Christmas man. Always been a big Christmas guy.
I don't know more, mate. I'm not no family.
Broken home.
Cheers, T.
Do you still put up a tree though?
Nah, not last year, but I went away. I
Did
knew
you
I
go
was
up a
going
tree this
away.
year?
Alone?
I've just literally on the way here sent a message to Leah and said, I don't think we're going to go away this year because we was looking. So let's make this Christmas here amazing. So anything you need from me.
Sounds like you're a big Christmas guy to me.
You should still get a tree though.
Next on the panel, he bagged this weekend.
Left foot little thing.
You got some numbers this year, innit? So they're starting to come together.
They're coming together slowly.
I saw you on the league tables. The table's looking decent.
We're literally one spot out of the playoffs.
Is it?
Yeah.
You scored as well, innit?
I scored.
Again? Sick, man.
Yeah.
I retweeted it as well.
You retweeted it,
yeah? Man, of course.
Come on.
I like him, PK,
you support me.
Believe it or not.
No, I like him still. I really do.
Next on the panel, time is ticking away. He's going to go home. First thing he does when he gets home, obviously, Christmas tree's up. He watches Cool Runnings this time of year.
Not really.
His name's Lumos, a.k.a. Marcus, a.k.a. Soon Home.
Still a side boss.
Do you have a place of residence in Jamaica?
I have a house, yes.
Nice,
Now,
man.
house and land.
You should just stay there, bro.
Ooh.
You should just stay there. Because when you
Ooh.
come here, you're here, you're there, you're neither anywhere. Just stay in Jamaica, bro. Jamaica's nice.
I hear it. I do hear it. But
Jamaica's nice. He comes here, he's coach surfing. He's coach surfing.
coach surfing.
Coach.
Not even couch. Coach.
Coach.
Guys from coach to coach.
Bro, £1 trip will take you to Newcastle and back. That's 1 day down.
Anyway, welcome to the show, Lumos. I hope you have fun in Jamaica, man. I hope you have a great Christmas.
It will be.
Next on the panel, his mum makes jollof in a rice cooker with paste. I rate it. His name's
E for
Miles
effort.
Ferron.
That's cold, man. That's cold. My boy told me he's actually from Ghana as well. Shout out Ben. He said if it works, you might have revolutionized the way how jollof rice might be made.
No.
I could tell by the color of that jollof rice. if
People
it works.
shouldn't not rice cookers like that though.
That's not blood rice. Jollof rice needs to be blood rice.
Let me tell you how bad it is. Yeah, I make my rice and peas in a
Rice cooker.
Yeah.
You can make
anything in a rice cooker, man.
cooker. No, legit. You can make anything in a rice
Rice and peas in a rice cooker. No, my brother.
No, you can though,
No,
Paul.
You can.
I'm not
man.
saying you should or you shouldn't.
Yeah,
But
don't.
you can.
No,
Why not?
Don't.
You can.
Don't, man.
And next it's Jordy. He's fully healed from his ankle complaints. He talked to us through it on No Rules Show. I don't know if you heard it. He might have.
It was a good show, by the way.
He might have been troubled by a couple of doctors with his open back road. It's possible. It's possible. His name's Jordy.
Yeah, it's Jordy, not Jordan, man. Talk to me important. If I couldn't rap.
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
rap.
Yeah,
He
man,
dropped a
so-
teaser for Wonder Kids the other day.
Yeah, man.
That's now the 4th teaser for Wonder Kids.
You gotta slow cook these songs, man.
Someone who hates teasers, boy.
For someone who hates teasers, well done, Lumos. That is a great shout.
Just drop your song, man. Just drop your song. Forget a teaser.
That's for videos. You lot got it wrong.
Boys, Arsenal are top of the league. Manchester City are not. Liverpool are not. Manchester United have more losses than games this year or something. I don't know what's going on with you.
More
lot.
losses
No,
than
obviously
games.
not. Tottenham Hotspur, they're up there in the top 5. They're grinding out results.
Your team this season.
They're one of them. Aston Villa are
Spreading
in
the
that
chips.
competition. Their home form is carrying them into the top 4. Brighton and Hove Albion, they're getting on with it. Started a bit slower. They're picking it up. West Ham, not doing too bad.
yeah
Above Chelsea at least.
Yeah, it's not hard.
Suchek.
Suchek's back, by the way, Thomas.
Have you noticed that 3 first-team goalkeepers have been injured in the last week?
Yeah, I don't get that, you know.
Yeah.
I don't get how goalkeepers can get injured.
No, Pope's one was mad though. Pope's
How
one
was it? I just saw him dive.
He landed though.
Yeah.
But these brothers be landing all the time when they dive, Jordy. Like,
So why didn't he know how to land in?
Yeah, because his
Instinct.
arm was overstretched, didn't it? It's popped it out of place.
And he was a keeper, so.
Yeah, I know. I broke my arm, so I know how it feels.
I just wonder if these players are too tired.
Well, you know what? Since everyone can play with their feet now, we can do rush keeper, innit?
But what I do want to talk about is something that I had a thought about
Oh no.
over the weekend.
Oh no.
And that is,
Go on, tell us.
if you could, this is the question, right? We'll move from this question onwards. If you could pick one Manchester City player, bear in mind Kevin De Bruyne is injured right now, and they don't look the same. If you could pick one Manchester City player to tear the whole thing down and build around, who would it be?
Rodri.
Haaland, 22 years old, like #1 striker in the world. Goals is what wins you games.
How do you build around Haaland?
So you bring in someone of De Bruyne's qualities.
How do you do
Set
that? Where
pieces.
where's that?
They're right there. Set piece.
De Bruyne's qualities are out there.
not at the higher quality of De Bruyne. Otherwise, he'd be better than De Bruyne. But there's players out there that can assist. Ward-Prowse, yeah, great signing. For Man City.
why would you do it? Because obviously, Man City won the treble right after they signed Haaland. But I still think Man City can achieve greatness. Maybe not to that degree, but I think they can achieve without Haaland. So wouldn't you want to build the side around an individual that without them you go, they definitely don't look the same. Maybe not Kevin De Bruyne, but more a Rodri like.
Here's my
Jordy
thoughts behind it.
Go on.
If you used to say, if you get a team, or you're going to start a team, the first position I probably would go for would be my centre forward. We've said Man City. Man City's got the #1 centre forward in the world.
Yeah.
Pretty good to start around that, I'd say.
But the thing is that I'm looking at Man City got money in it. I reckon there's other strikers in the world that can come into Manchester City and potentially do something. Whereas that Rodri position, I look
Do
at
something
who can
like
come
what?
in. Huh?
Do something like what?
Osimhen can come in to Manchester
And
City.
do what Haaland's doing.
I think a lot. Listen, what Haaland's doing is crazy.
Osimhen
But
would
I
score
think
as many goals as Haaland. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. Harry Kane would.
Harry Kane's going mad in Bayern Munich as well. There's strikers out here, bro.
Them Af man there can only do it in one continent and one country. You
Who's
can't
that?
come to another country and do it.
Who?
You, Osimhen.
Nah.
Wait, he's made a great point. We have to hear him out. Who is the best African to do it in multiple leagues? Samuel Eto'o. Fair. I've got it. Samuel Eto'o.
And then who else is there?
Good
Drogba.
question. George
Drogba.
Weah. Nope. France,
Connie?
I guess, but not really.
Connie?
Nope.
Ajax.
Not really. Not really Ajax.
So you lot telling me it's Martin's next?
How about Choupo-Moting?
What?
Didn't do it here, really, did he?
Aubameyang then?
No, this is a great one.
What?
That idea that African strikers can't necessarily do it in 2 leagues.
I'd build around Rodri though.
But you mentioned something about Rodri earlier, Jordy, off camera, where you said that without John Stones and that mid defender stepping into midfield, they look a bit exposed in transitions, Man City. Are we seeing a bit of the myth of Rodri maybe
Well, they've left
being
him.
exposed.
City's formation is 4-1-4-1. They've left him alone in midfield.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Can I add to your Rodri and say to the Haaland point and to the Rodri point, Rodri's just a bit older. So I'm saying if I'm building a team,
Rodri's 26 though.
only 26.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he's like 27, 26.
Well, anyway, yeah. That's that. When you said
27.
Haaland, I thought, okay, upside. Like, how long are we building for? So that's a good point. But I'd still go Rodri.
Is it easier to find a Rodri or a Haaland?
Well, that's a good question, but maybe not the right question. Did Man City need Haaland?
No.
That's the question.
But had they done the treble before?
No. But there's so many there's a confluence of so many different things. But it's a fair point. But I would say there is an argument for Bernardo Silva being the guy. It's a bit. Stay with me. Bernardo Silva is obviously he's a game affecting player.
I was gonna jump.
Always has been.
I was gonna jump. You know.
This is a guy who, you remember last season he played games at left back.
Yeah.
He played games at DM,
Yeah.
right wing, in the
False
10,
nine?
false 9.
It's not good, see.
What's not good?
You can't.
That's not good.
What's not
I
good?
can't build around him.
So where do you build around him?
Yeah, where?
Well, to me, probably in the 10, probably in the midfield role, not necessarily.
I would
the
rather
10.
build around Foden than him then. Because Foden's more younger. Obviously, he's a better player than Foden, but Foden's got more ceiling to grow.
Foden's got versatility.
You hurt my argument.
Where's Foden's versatility?
You hurt my argument. Go on.
No, I'm saying no in the 10. I'm saying you said in the 10. I said I'd rather build around Foden.
Foden in the 10.
Oh, in the
For
midfield.
who, for where?
I would rather build around him there, or the 8 or the 10.
The 8 or the 10?
Foden in the 10. I don't even like Foden in the middle. It hurts.
I don't think Foden on the wing is good at all, personally.
So where is he good then? Because that's the only place he plays.
And that's Pep. That's down to Pep Guardiola. I think
But you'd build around him. A player you don't think
I'm
is
just saying,
good.
going on your argument, if you said Bernardo Silva because he could play everywhere, I wouldn't build around for Foden, me personally. I think it is Rodri. I honestly personally think it is Rodri. But if he was going to put in the 10, I'd say I'd rather put my chips into someone like Phil Foden, who's more younger, and I feel that he can play there. He's got the ability to play there if you build around him.
And you can't build around someone that moves consistently. Bernardo Silva in DM stinks as well. And in the middle, Bernardo Silva has just been smelling completely, bruv. And he's he's my favourite player in the Prem.
I
But
think it's Man City's midfield. Man City's midfield has gotten weaker. Last season, we could see that they controlled games, and which made their defence more better because obviously.
Yeah,
they
but
had
that's
the
not
ball.
what we're doing today.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but I'm saying it is the midfield where you have to build, not the striker. That's what I'm saying. Like you said, Haaland, you could take Haaland out, and Man City, yeah, they've scored bags of goals. But if you take away their midfield, which they've lost Gundogan, and obviously Kevin De Bruyne is not
I
there.
think if you take away applies to most of their positions though.
I think it's the midfield. I think it is Rodri, 100%. If you build around Rodri and build around that base there, you control the games once again, and the defence looks more better. They don't leak as much.
But we're not talking about making Man City better today. I'm saying stripping everything back and saying you start with one player.
Yeah, it's Rodri. That's it.
Rodri
It's
as well, he's a consistent player. If you want to build around something, you want to build around consistency. I think people respect consistency, and everybody else, barring like a Haaland.
And through it, yeah, like we've been talking about injuries, but he's only missed a game because of suspension.
But the answer is obviously, and in my opinion, it's Kevin De Bruyne. Obviously, you can't rely on him injury-wise. That is a big factor. When you get those big injury problems that consistently come back, you can't be trusted to be built around. But the answer is obviously Kevin De Bruyne because that has been the big difference from Man City this year.
But his time's passed. I think they already did build around Kevin De Bruyne.
That would have been the answer, but the injuries is the same reason why you don't make Reece James captain. Like them type of guys, you can't rely on them, bro. Like what's going on, bro?
But I think they already built it around Kevin De Bruyne, no?
Yeah,
This past 5 years was around KDB, right?
and you got to give it up, man. 2 Champions Leagues in a row, you're walking off injured. Like I can't build around that guy.
It's like going to a shootout with an RPG, but you know the RPG might backfire on you.
Yeah, when it's a... what the hell?
No, keep going.
Keep going.
That's where it stops. That's where it stops. The RPG might blow up on you. Like if it blows in the other direction, it's gone. Like everyone's dead. But if it blows in your direction, you're in trouble.
We can't make Kevin De Bruyne an RPG though. He's not that.
He's not an RPG.
You're acting like he's unreliable.
He's unreliable because he's hardly there.
He's not hardly there. He just had one big injury.
2 Champions League finals.
That's fine. That's unfortunate. That's one match. It's not fine. It's one match.
So Miles, we're gonna build around a side. Kevin De Bruyne, the most valuable player, get to the biggest game of our career and go. He can come off after 15 minutes.
And by the way,
What is
for his country as well. I'm sure. I don't know where it was in. I don't think it was a semi. It might have been a quarters or a last 16, but semi. Okay, boys. All right. Come on, grow up. Yeah.
You saying grow up? Bloody hell.
But yeah, he for his country as well in the World Cup. I'm sure.
Injured.
Yeah, he done something.
Kevin De Bruyne is an injury-prone player.
as he's gotten older, yes, the past year
That's
or
why
two,
you
how
can't
does
build
he-
around it.
Not now, boys. We know that.
He's in the middle of a 114-day injury now. The season before he had a 40-day injury. Season before that he had a 26-day injury.
You allow it. It's my bad.
And how old is he, Kevin De Bruyne?
32.
32. Okay, so take away. Okay, so when he was 29, from 29 onwards, he's been injury prone. So prior, before all of that,
No, in 2018-19 he had a 20-day and he had a 27-day.
Just put up your right hand and there's 2 words.
no, I just want to hear.
He had
No,
a
I just wanna hear.
27-day in the 20-day and a 27-day in the same season. And he had a 43-day that year. And he tore his lateral knee ligament that year.
Boys, what he's not stating is that this started from June to September when they're on holiday. Come on, man, read the facts, Tego. Don't lie. This is summer holiday break.
Do you feel like Pep's sacrificing Rodri a bit right now?
Sacrificing or pinning too much on.
That's what I mean. But like he's leaving him exposed. Was Kovacic a good enough signing to help Rodri?
Right
Was
now,
Nunez a good enough signing to help Rodri? I've just mentioned that Bernardo Silva has moved around here, there, and everywhere.
It's bad.
Calvin Phillips doesn't see the pitch
At all.
John Stones is injured, so they don't have that extra centre back setting up into midfield.
He's trying to make Akanji that, you know.
I think second half, Akanji has, and he's played some really nice passes from there. But second half of the season, we know Man City are going to make more sense. But when you talk about building a team around Rodri, that's not what we're seeing, I don't think. I actually think it's kind of the opposite. And he's kind of going, well, we'll build everywhere else, but we're lucky we got Rodri because that is going to help us not be exposed much. But they are being quite exposed.
What if you see the Nunez signing, a couple of these other young ones, they are building, but just so it's for the future. So right, they've got
no time for that.
Alvarez and I agree. In the second half of the season, I think it's going to make sense. I just think if this team is built for a player right now, it's built for Doku.
So Doku's your choice.
No, I wouldn't build around a winger.
Okay.
What he's doing with Doku, you can see the effect of it. You can see the impact on matches. You can see that, and especially, but in the second half of the season, when he's able to bring Jack Grealish in for these games and Doku in for those games, and we've spoken to pros recently who tell us Doku's the scariest thing to touch pitch this year.
he is, but you know what? That he needs another trick. Show me something else. Mix
Well,
it
Nah,
up.
you don't.
Against
If it's
Spurs-
working.
You don't
Against
do-
Spurs, it wasn't working. No, it weren't. Against Spurs, second half, that Doku thing was not working,
He
and he was
didn't play
playing
second
against
half.
Pedro.
Came off for like 10 seconds.
Bro, when I was
First half, he
watching,
got an assist or pre-assist.
no, he was Doku. I think against Pedro Porro. Maybe it was first half. Then I wasn't as impressed as I've been.
But let's talk about Liverpool. You got to tear Liverpool down right now. Which Liverpool player are you building around?
Schlabber.
You see me,
No.
I'm building around Harvey Elliott, bro.
I love him.
I love him.
I love him,
mate.
but
he's
yeah,
the
nah.
future.
It's got to be. It's got to be. It's got to be Trent.
It's got to be Trent.
Yeah.
From the right
It's
back.
between
So do you
Trent
move
and
him to midfield?
Szoboszlai.
It's got to be Trent.
Do you move
And
him
playing
from,
him
do you
at
move him
right
from
back
right
or-
back to midfield?
No, he plays right back, but he tucks into
Inverts
midfield
in.
anyway.
Okay. So how does that? Just tell me how you build around that.
I mean, the way they have.
No. I'm saying that. I want to know how you build around that in that system.
I mean,
'Cause
I
wouldn't
guess
build around a right back.
you buy centre backs that will cover his position when he moves forward.
Okay. So they need Henderson again, like a Henderson type player.
I mean, a Henderson type player helped him, yeah. But he's doing even better this year.
Are we being a bit biased towards this weekend?
Why?
Those were his only 2 Prem goals this year. He's only 2 goals in any competition this year.
What he scored against Liverpool, City.
He's got 2 goals here.
I know, and that one of the goals wasn't a goal. It wasn't his goal. The first free kick was own goal. It came off Lenno's head or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's terrible. Should be free.
Bro, come on, man. Trent's like, let's not mug him. Let's not mug. I'm a man that hated him too.
I think he's class, but his 2 goals, 1 assist in the league this year. It's not like it was the year they flew.
He's had a slow start, but he's picking up the last 2 months, I'd say.
He also has like spells of games, like where before Liverpool got back into that Man City game, where he looked like he was, I don't know, dizzy.
Yeah, no, that's when you got a Doku driving at him. He needs a brother next to him. That's what I'm building. You get me? You gotta give him
I hear
security.
it, though. He needs support.
He needs a brother.
He needs a TA.
It's too much excuses. Now you need a midfielder to help him.
No, but that's what you
recover.
just asked us what we're building.
No, but there's certain players you can build around to make us a good squad. He seems like you said, he needs too much TAs to build around this squad to get
Yeah,
the
but
best out of him.
guess what you get? Guess what you get when you get the best out of him, though?
2 goals.
Come on.
He was
built
great.
yet.
He was great. He was great against Man City.
Great
in that
player.
second half.
But you don't build around a
And-
right back for
and
me.
Man City sent everything down his side. Like Doku, Phil Foden. Like I said, Phil Foden had like a couple of attacks.
It's
in that
obvious.
second
It's
half.
obvious that that's the trick. Yeah, when you're
But
playing Liverpool.
Matip was close to him, and when Matip was close to him, there was very little space between them, and Liverpool and City did create chances from that left side. Let's be
there's
clear.
too much going on just to accommodate one player.
You accommodate this player, what happens at the end of it is ridiculous, bro. Like, look how much they do to accommodate Haaland. Man City do so much to accommodate Haaland, then he scores 50 plus goals, you go, that's worth it.
But it's more detrimental for Trent when he's out of position. You need that player to come back and fill in for his position.
What right back gets this many assists and goals that you know? Barring like Danny Alves back in the day, huh?
2-1.
Trippier.
Would you build around Trippier?
You can't compare Trippier and Trent. This is ridiculous, bro.
Miles. So Ronaldinho, and I really don't know if he did drop back and defend. I don't think he did.
Tread carefully.
He's a luxury. There was a lot more.
Ronaldinho wasn't a luxury player.
What?
For a defensive team. Yes,
Are
he
you
was,
nuts?
bro. 100%.
Ronaldinho was a man that you said, final third, like you do your stuff, we'll make sure we take care of you, bro.
You got to give me someone else.
Thiago
man. You can't say, "Aight, cool."
Thiago Motta, Edmondson behind you.
Give me someone else to Ronaldinho though, because he's the best to ever do it.
Steve Holland.
Yeah.
Well, okay, well, a number of 10s back in the day were luxury players. That was a known thing.
Luxury right back is very unique to Trent and Xhaka Cancelo.
Every position's a midfielder now. Let's have it right.
Mo Salah has 10 goals and 6 assists in the league this year in 14 games. And he's got 13 and 7 in 20 games all comps this year. And he's a winger, and I think building around a winger is difficult. But if Liverpool's built around anybody, it's Mohamed Salah. And why would you stop?
So it's him then. It's him. It's Mo Salah.
But what does he need? What does Mo Salah need?
I mean, last year he didn't need anything.
That's what I'm saying. So why'd you build around him? You don't, because he doesn't need nothing. He's by himself. Leave him in the dark room by himself. Like, you don't need to build. Like, I don't need to give him anything. He don't need no nutrients. He's got food in the fridge.
No, but no,
his fridge
before
is
you go,
stacked.
he does need, because when they build with a Mane and a Henderson around him, then
But
they
he was
go
still
on
the
the
man,
runs
though.
that they go. No, but they go. No, Liverpool talking about building a team, not building a player to win an individual award. So when he did have those pieces round him, he was a
helped
better
him.
Mo Salah, and Liverpool was a much better team. So Mo Salah, Liverpool, shall I say, do need players around Mo Salah to be elite.
This is this is a real question, because someone answered this question. 2 players from the great Liverpool side that won the Champions League and then the Premier League, right? Who was most flattered by Mo Salah's brilliance?
Let me land, boys.
Give me 2.
Firmino and Trent.
Trent.
Yeah.
Not Henderson, not Robertson.
No. What? Robertson was a what?
Robertson's
Well,
a rude boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Because a lot of it was left to right.
Yeah.
A lot of his success was left to right. Like Trent's success, Trent preferred Mane because he could actually find Mane. Trent doesn't find Darwin Núñez and Luis Diaz the way he found Mane, so his assist numbers are actually reduced. A lot of Andrew Robertson and Trent, their success was.
Yeah, but when
the
you're saying
balls
flattered,
across.
are you saying catfish?
To a degree, catfish?
He made
yeah.
them better.
Yeah, then not Robert.
Well, not Trent either then.
I don't think it's Robbo, because Robbo.
But Firmino, sorry.
Yeah, you're right. I think it's Firmino. That's one. I wouldn't say Robbo though. I wouldn't say Robbo, because obviously first and foremost you want him to defend, which he was one of the best at doing that.
His question was though, Liverpool's team back. So we're talking Wijnaldum.
Yeah.
Did he win Champions League? Was he in there?
Yeah, of course he did. He brushed up Barcelona.
Because he looked like he probably was world class at that time.
Sorry to jump here, but you said Soboslai.
Yeah.
So what's as a baller?
Yeah.
That's what you're building around.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a bit early for me.
Yeah, but
So
from what I
Bosley's
can
a
see, he's the
baller.
best out of their midfield by
He's a
far. And
baller,
obviously
bruv.
their midfield is new, and he's looking like the piece that they need to build around.
I think their midfield's still suspect though.
Yeah, because they don't have the right players. But we all know that he is something that's
We
gonna
do
build
know
them.
that. We do know that. Yeah.
He's good.
But if you're looking through the team, I'd say there's more. At the moment, he might become that player, but I still say Trent in importance.
Of course.
Importance.
Importance.
I just think
Importance. And then Salah.
I think Dominic, if you build around Dominic, I think you could get more. He could control the game more than Trent can if you get the right midfielder around him.
You got bare nose here, you know.
No, let me cut it. Give me.
Did you go barbers today?
Nah, last week.
Wow.
Um,
was it?
You need to go to the Turkish one, so they do that.
It was this weekend.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They did a helicopter on him.
Again, without the injuries, and by the way, he's not injured right now, and his injuries have been settled. Virgil van Dijk is still probably that guy, though, isn't he?
Do you build around a 30-plus player?
32. That's a good question.
That's what I don't like.
That's a good question.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't like building around these 30s.
Nah, but I feel like he'll go to 36.
Whoa.
Nah, man.
I feel like
He's
Van
the best
Dijk will
centre
go
back
to.
in the league right
I feel
now.
like Van Dijk will go to 36.
36.
How old is he now?
32.
Am I right in saying he's a bit troubled with injuries as well?
He has been previously. He's on a good run.
You
right
think he
now.
won't be in the Premier in 4 years?
No.
So what, you think he's getting Saudi in the next 4
Yeah.
years?
Van Dijk will not be here when he's 36. No.
What about Alisson?
Alisson, hey,
Because
do you know
Alisson's
what?
the best goalkeeper in the world to me.
And he's still young, so
He's 31. For
You
a
don't-
goalkeeper,
yeah, but
that is still
You don't
quite
build
young.
around the keeper though.
nah.
If there is a keeper you build around, though, if there was one,
Has there been teams that's built around keepers?
Oh well, there's a team that's currently doing it now.
Was Madrid at one stage? Who did you just say?
Casillas.
Yeah.
They Mourinho come in.
No?
Nah. They bought.
So has there been any other teams?
I don't think so. Nah.
Hey, there's a team doing it now though,
Who?
and we can see the results from that. You think about it.
Banana. That's the truth, though, right?
So who are we saying? Who are we saying we build around? Liverpool. Because I think
Salah.
I think we decided Rodri with Man City, didn't we?
Salah.
Yeah, I think it's got to be Salah.
I don't feel comfortable. with Salah.
To be different, I don't think it is, but I'll go with Trent, but I think it's a buzz.
Trent needs a lot of scaffolding.
You build around a player that needs a lot of scaffolding.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you get the best, you're getting something mad.
The problem here is that usually I think maybe our minds will just go and build around a midfielder straight away. But because Liverpool haven't really got a midfielder, we're just using everything else.
And I
then
think in 18 months, you'll be right. In 18 months, I think you'll be right.
Is there a criteria for building around a player?
Everything comes into it. Age, versatility.
the team circumstances.
When you're building a house, you need a quantity surveyor. You need
You check the plumbing.
architecture. You need a plumber.
Supplier of
So
bricks,
now, what are you?
supplier
What
of
are
wood.
you? You're the supplier of the
What's the
bricks.
most important part of that?
The plumbing.
And who is that in a football team?
No, what's first? The blueprint.
The blueprint. Who does the blueprint? The architecture.
Jay-Z.
And who's the architect?
birthday.
Who's Liverpool's architect?
Songcray.
I'll be honest. The answer for both of these clubs, by the way, is Pep and Klopp.
Pep and Klopp. Yeah.
But yeah, Trent. I don't know if it's Trent. I don't know if Trent's the blueprint.
Who is yours?
I think it's Salah. I know he's 32.
Lumos, who do you think is?
I feel Salah's a loft conversion. I feel like he's a loft conversion.
The thing is though, Salah. If Liverpool don't have Salah this season, they're not where they are, man. That's the
And
fact.
last season and the season before and the
Yeah.
season before. But Virgil van Dijk is there as well.
But Salah's just. When we heard he was linked to Saudi, he was thinking, yeah, go, like leave.
Well, Van Dijk watches, so maybe he can comment and let us know.
Yeah, you tell us, VVD. Who do we build around?
Did you just call him IVD?
VVD.
Oh, I was about to say.
Boys, who do you build around at Manchester United?
That's easy.
I tell you who it ain't.
No. He's the Man United man.
Yeah, that's easy.
You start.
It's Bruno.
I was gonna say that's who it ain't.
No, that's who it is.
Why is it not Steve-O?
Just his temperament for me.
When you're saying temperament, what are you talking about? Him doing this and that?
Salah's got temperament as well.
100%.
He wants to win.
Trent has got temperament.
That don't happen if
When
we
you
win.
man say temperament, I feel like you're doing talk sport chat, man. Because you can't tell a man's temperament from watching. Like if you that's just a reaction.
For me, it's like temperament's not just anger. Temperament is game temperament, big game temperament, and the rest of it. Like, to be fair, he has shown up in big games. He does show up in big games.
He works his socks off, bruv. So if he
It's not
works his
just-
socks off
but we're
and
talking
gets
about
upset
criteria for me, like that moaning, that disharmonizing the team. For me, is not a build around. For
Yeah,
me.
but Steve, so this is what I'll say to you. Look at the circumstances at Manchester United. Do you know what? It's nice to know that there's a fan and a player that are on the same page.
Someone's trying hard.
And I watched Bruno now. I've watched Man United twice in a row. Bruno works his socks off, and then he complains after he's worked his socks off. When I feel like PK's right, it's too much talk sport chat, man.
So
it's
let me-
temperament. He's
let me
working.
tell you,
He
so
has
let me
every right
tell
to be upset.
you, just because someone's running around, it doesn't mean they're doing the best for the team.
His
That might even be
teammates,
an
love
No, no,
him.
but
ego
His
I'm being
teammates do love him though.
But I'm talking about Bruno because I've watched this. I watched a game where I watched Marcus Rashford with a great hairstyle strolling around, bro.
Great.
He looks like Sonic.
Bro, like I would be frustrated as well, especially with the
but
where the
this
team
is. It, T. P. Poet.
Nets.
Like you're right, but bro, there's ways like that frustration thing, bro. Most players are probably frustrated on the pitch, but they don't show it, mate. That is where professionalism comes in.
I think you should show it.
I watched Roy Keane for 15 years or 20 years. Yeah, it was very rare. Like I see him going crazy at players all the time, right? Because he wanted them to play at a standard. It was very rare. Like dropping, like it was very
That's
rare.
different
you saw that.
mannerisms,
attacking
though.
player, though.
Huh?
Not an attacking player. I think when you're an attacker, I saw when Min Son do it this week. David Gilles
Oh my God, with the square ball, he could have played it
Square ball,
earlier.
and I saw him. He's obviously Tottenham's captain, and he's not like you don't hang him up as that's what captains are, as women's son. But I do think when you're an attacking player and you see the picture and they don't see the picture, that's a different level of frustration than someone in the midfield who's constantly like, I'm just in wars. Let me go engage.
I've seen it a lot though, boys. I've seen it a lot.
No, he does it a lot, but we lose a lot. You get me? If we're winning, it won't happen. But United haven't built around Bruno since he's been at United.
I don't know what United have built.
Exactly.
For who, by who.
Who was Casemiro bought in for? Not for Bruno. Was it for Bruno?
No way.
United haven't worked around Bruno since he's been there. It's bad, bro.
Not for Bruno.
Like,
no.
At least let's give that a try. He's
Ronaldo.
clearly
Not for Bruno.
Not for Bruno. Actually, no, that's his role
So if
model.
it's not Bruno, who are the other players?
Maguire?
No. Who are the options of building around?
Kobe Mainan.
Yeah, because you ain't building around Marcus Rashford. Let's be honest.
That's scary that the options are very vast, right?
Not very vast.
It's not very vast, yeah.
Yeah, they're scarce.
Scarce.
It's one and done, bro.
Rasmus Højlund, 10 Prem games, no goal, no assist.
75 mil. Miles, do you remember?
If I talk, they said I spoke. If I spoke, they said I'm speaking. So let me not talk.
I remember when Steve-O spoke to me about the Champions League competition and I said, it's a bit Rasmus Højlund. What a disappointment. I think Man United, barring Bruno Fernandes, I don't think there's anyone to build.
Who are we going to be wrong about? In what? This Man United team.
Scott McTominay.
I don't think anyone here has written off Scott McTominay.
We have on this show.
You're hurting our new listeners.
Yeah, sorry.
Who do you think he can be compared to who you think we think he is?
Well, I remember when he was going to go West Ham, and I was very, I wanted him a lot. And the boys were saying he wasn't even a West Ham player.
Does he get into West Ham's midfield?
Yeah.
Now.
I've put him over Souček still. He's on a good run of form.
What?
McTominay will score 10 times the goals at West Ham.
Don't do this to McTominay.
When I say who we going to be wrong about here, who's going to show themselves to be a player that could have been built around? Is it Rasmus Højlund? Is it Lisandro Martinez? Is it Mason Mount? Are one of these players going to step up and be that level of player?
I feel like everyone hopes Garnacho will be, but I don't think he will.
I don't
think you can build around him.
I don't think you build around him, but he's definitely a good player, boy. Not interested in what's going on.
But if someone's young, you can build around him, innit?
The other option, I guess, is what we mocked a minute ago, and that's Onana.
But they're doing it now.
Oh, Alessandro.
That's the thing. Is Lisandro the one we'll be wrong about? Where we go in 2 years' time, wow, this guy's going to be in the Premier League for the rest of his career at the top level.
I actually think it's the other way around, and I think we had a honeymoon. Listen, I could be wrong, but I think we had a honeymoon period.
With Martinez.
We're waiting for him to come back because of that honeymoon period, and it's just going to fart all over the place.
I'm hoping it's Kobe Mainoo, but I'm not putting too much pressure on him because I think Man United fans are doing enough of that. But I think he looks like a really genuinely special. Like
too early right now.
It's too early.
And they can't play him this season. He's still a kid. They can't
play him.
No, they can't play him every game. Every
no, they can't. That's why he didn't
He
play
would burn
the
out.
other day.
Why can't he play?
He's 18, bro. This is
Why?
high level
Because
football.
he's back from injury.
Yeah.
Back from a long injury.
He'll get burnt out, bro.
been back for
This
a
is
while,
top tier football. You know football.
They've been
bro. You
working
play
him
it.
back. They're looking after him. And hopefully that takes the pressure off because, like I say, Man United fans are doing enough of a job putting pressure on him right now that no one else needs to help that.
Yeah, he's a future, man.
It's pretty much Bruno because that's the only choice.
He's the only player that's guaranteed to be there in a year based on performance.
Does Bruno get in any other big teams? Like the Madrids, the Bar, like...
If you talk to his peers,
Madrid.
Absolutely.
Do you watch him for Portugal? It's crazy.
Yeah, but they play Liechtenstein and that. Though.
I know, but it's crazy.
And Farringdon FC or something.
Man, he's good,
But
man.
if you talk to Bruno's peers, they tell you that they think he's the guy.
He's lovely, you know. I met him. Don't worry about that. He's lovely. Trust me. He's cold, bro. He said he wants to be a vet.
I think he'd be disappointed in the man he does that though.
No, but he does it. He does it again and again.
I think
That's why you can't build around him though.
No, you can, man. Don't worry about his arms. I swear that. Don't worry.
If I was playing centre back and I saw my Cam doing that, I wouldn't care.
Oh, I'll tell you, do you want to know someone who does that? Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah,
he's a baby.
He moans.
Big baby.
Mo Salah.
It's elite mentality. Trust me. You lot don't want it like I do, man.
All right, boys. If you were to rip the whole team apart and you had to keep one player to build around, who from Tottenham Hotspur are you building around?
Can I go first?
Well, you have gone first every time.
Have I? Have I?
No, land.
No, so it means you've done prep. I appreciate it.
I can't say his name. man.
Kulusevski.
I think that guy there now, he's a little bit off meaning. Again, I want him to be. If he has a bit more of that, and it's every game, he's like on it, like which takes a lot to get to that level. Then he has the ability to be Ballon d'Or, I believe, right? but he does lack a little bit of something. Now, do I think that that's what he's lacking? I think you probably couldn't build around him because he seems the sort of guy that he's part of the puzzle rather than the centerpiece.
Can I go?
I don't know if he's. Go on, yeah, please, Miles.
Is that what we're doing? Yeah.
Can I tell you who my player is?
But what about Kvanovsky? Come on,
No, he's a great player.
We'll come back to Kulusevski.
He's good. He's good. I don't think you build around him though. I think they should build around Van de Ven.
Van de Ven.
Van de Ven. I feel like they should build around him.
I don't think you build around a CB2 though. Sorry, that sounded very American. The second centre back, because he's a second centre back. No matter who he plays with, he's the second centre back. There's always a one and there's always.
Are we
a
only
two.
saying that because he's got pace?
But yeah,
because I think he's the better ball playing centre back than Romero.
But because he'll always be first to the ball because of the pace. That means he's not going to be the one controlling the line. He's always going to be a second.
They send him.
Can we just say James Maddison, please, and just stop all of this other stuff? Just Maddison, man.
With James Maddison with those injuries.
What about Basuma?
I just don't like building around that type of player.
Oh, what do you mean by that, Steve-O?
I think he's a more of a breaker than a starter. So I'll just give it to my linchpin. You know what I mean? Like,
all things being equal, though, you probably are saying James Maddison at this point, right?
Yeah. If you're gonna,
no, why not Jordy?
I'm with Steve-O.
Why?
Cooler.
Why?
He's there. T.
Where is he?
Do you know what? He's been playing cam.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be, but the guy that plays cam is injured. Do you know what I'm saying? He can play anywhere across the three. He's got a left and a right foot. He hasn't got a lot of pace.
I suppose in pure like technical terms, Tottenham are built around him now because it's Sarr and Basuma, and it's like protect, and they built it for Maddison. You two deep, protect him. Yeah, and then Bentancur injured.
Does Kula get injured?
Kulu has had injuries.
He's
yeah.
gets
last year
injuries, isn't it?
Last year he had a big one, yeah.
So basically, Tottenham have no one they can really build around.
I tell you who I love at Tottenham, by the way, and I think there were a few people that were questioning whether or not it was the right move or whatever when it first happened. I think Brennan Johnson, already at Tottenham, is a beast. I love him at Tottenham.
I like that. But if Bentancur, if he's fit,
Bentancur.
is he a player
he's a good player though.
that we build around?
Not for me.
No?
I wouldn't build around him, but
We
he's a
haven't
good player.
seen it at Tottenham. When you do see it for every now and then for Tottenham, you think that
I've
of
seen
course
it,
that's
but
the
not-
guy. But
yeah.
you don't see it 3-4 games in a row. On Kulusevski, by the way, he's only had one injury at Tottenham.
Yeah.
Is it?
It was
a big
was
one.
10 games.
It was a big one.
It was a big one.
10
yeah.
games.
But he did. It was only one injury.
Brother, even in these flat L's that they've been taking, he's
Always looks
balling.
amazing.
Yeah, it's him and Son. Him and Son have been going crazy this season.
Always a danger. Always a danger.
But the real answer is it's Maddison. But he just
But it can't be
injury
though,
prone.
man.
Yeah, you have to build around Maddison.
The injuries do make it difficult, though, don't they?
What, does he always get injured, Maddie?
Yeah.
He's had a few big
He's bad.
injuries. Yeah.
Even at Leicester, he was. Yeah, I would say he's an injury prone player. He's an injury prone player.
100%.
Really?
Yeah, man. 100%.
Yeah, in the last 3 years, he's had a 72-day, a 50-day, a 24-day, a
50
31-day.
days?
72, cuz.
It's a lot of games.
he's effective when he plays, which is a shame.
What injuries are these, T?
Ankle, knee, hip, knee, hamstring, hip, head, ankle.
Nah, he needs to stop drinking, fam. His body's a mess.
But I'll still say Maddison. I still say Maddison. I'm telling you, he's their best player. He's their best creative player. Look, he's transformed the team. He works for Postecoglou. He's got the best out of Son. He's got the best out of other players around him. Kulusevski, when he's in that
Son's
team.
still going without him.
Yeah, but how many assists was he getting when he was assisting Son? He was assisting Kulusevski. He was getting their goals.
But we keep talking about Son, but we're not saying Son.
Because I'm scared.
we're
'cause he's
beating around
how old
him.
is Son? Is he 31?
Yeah.
He went back one.
Oh, they took a year off his age, didn't they?
What do you
Did
mean?
he? All right, sweet. I'm going with Son.
Everyone in South Korea's age went back one.
Why?
Is it?
Because of COVID.
It's because they won. They won when they were born.
They got a new calendar. It's because they got a new calendar.
They won when they were born. So we're saying Dejan Kulusevski then.
No, I'm saying Son.
Son, I'm saying Son as
Is
well.
it? Last minute change.
Oh, yeah. Tottenham without Son in the last 5 years is a mess. If you got to tear down the Newcastle squad right now, one player that you're building around, who is that player?
His name is
Can
Bruno.
I go first? No, no.
Bruno G.
Bruno G, you reckon?
I would have to say
Joe
so.
Linton.
Yeah, right. He's the first person who's at the door.
No, it's not. There is a shout for Gordon The age.
No.
Oh, he's flying.
He's killing it right now still.
I was so wrong
But
about
it's
Gordon.
Bruno, innit?
You don't build around Gordon, but he's in the squad. You come. You're one of my Arcadians.
What? What?
Yeah. You play your part
What's
in the war. You play your part.
What war? What's that? What reference is that?
If you're not there, you're not there. I can bring you to the water, but you got to drink now.
You got to tell me that it's water.
Man said you got to tell me that it's water.
You need to be told what's water.
You can't come to the wall, man.
Nah, stay away from my well, brother. Man, what's he going to be doing to that thinking that's not water?
Anyway, Bruno G.
Yeah, it's
Well,
Bruno.
it's definitely not Tonali.
Nah, because he can't stay away from Paddy Power.
Sven Botman, who's a great centre-back, is injured, but Jamal Lascelles is cooking.
He's doing
now.
well.
He's cooking.
I
Obviously,
can't
that
believe
the
it.
Bournemouth game. I think Dom Solanke got between the lines
Moved
quite
to them.
easily a few
Yeah,
times.
moved to
but,
them. Big up
but
Dom Solanke.
overall, Jamal Lascelles had a great spell in this first team for Newcastle.
Killed Arsenal.
He killed Eddie Nketiah.
He's part of Arsenal.
He killed Arsenal.
He was great against United. He was great against United.
Lascelles, what are you doing, man? What are you taking over there?
He's their club captain, you know.
Whenever he starts,
But
I
he's
thought
club
so.
captain, yeah.
Even when he comes on.
Because Sven Botman and Shaw usually play, so that means Trippier's captain, right? One time, right?
Shaw was on fire the other day.
Trippier, by the way, when we talk about Trent, Trippier's got 7 assists this year.
That's someone you could build around. But how old is he? He's getting on. He's like 31 now. 31.
33.
Nah, you can't build around him. He's there arguing with fans and that. His concentration's low.
31s, 33s ain't like the Hold'em days. Like them guys were like
It's true.
pub guys.
Okay, but let's ignore that because you're right, obviously. But we're talking about a right back here. Now, if we go back in time to Liverpool, it's like, oh, we could talk about a right back. But a man who's got 7 assists this year, who is very good defensively and is a good leader who argues with fans, we're not talking about a right back. None of us are credibly thinking the answer's Kieran Trippier here, are we?
I mean, for Liverpool, I thought about a right back because they didn't have a Bruno G.
Yeah, and then on midfield, he said that.
They do have Dominic Szoboszlai.
But he's no Bruno G.
Yeah, no
It is
Bruno,
Bruno
G.
G though,
he's
innit?
not. No, he's not.
No, I'm saying you do build around him though, innit?
So what? He's the real Bruno. He's the real Bruno. Is he the real Bruno?
Oh, wow. Who's the real Bruno is a great question.
He might be
There
the
can
real
only
Bruno.
be one.
Mars, it's Bruno Mars.
And he's Bruno G as well. So Bruno F and Bruno G. Bruno G sounds better.
Before Bruno Mars, though, who was Frank Bruno?
No,
What?
Frank
Before
Bruno.
Bruno Mars,
Before
it was Frank
before
Bruno.
Bruno Mars, it was Sacha Baron Cohen. Bruno.
And then before him, it was Frank Bruno.
What about Bruno the dog?
What dog's that?
What?
There's a dog called Bruno.
Nah.
There's a cartoon called Bruno.
Nah.
There is a Bruno dog.
There is a Bruno dog.
Is there?
No, I don't know that dog.
Did you,
You
put
can't
dog?
just type
Add
Bruno
dog,
in
man.
Google. Add dog.
Bruno dog. It's the third one. It's the third one.
It's the third one.
It's the third one. Look.
Who is that?
You don't know who that is.
That's not a movie or nothing. That's someone's dog called Bruno.
I said Bruno the cartoon. He's just showing dogs now.
Going back onto Newcastle, can they build back on Isaac? Is there
No.
something? You think there's something around there?
Whitey.
Injury prone as
I
well.
think he's replaceable. He's class.
Replaceable?
He's class. I just think what
He
you've
is.
seen with Newcastle is
He is.
there are goals to be found, and obviously with Trippier, with the way he crosses the ball, you put a player of a certain nimbleness with some aerial skills, goals are going to be
Because we're talking about a guy that can't even really keep Wilson out.
Yeah, if Wilson's banging, you kind of want to play Wilson more than you want to play Isak.
And if Wilson's moving you left wing,
Boys, it's Bruno G, probably the easiest one. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but Aston Villa fans hate us.
no, hate you. Oh no, I watched that episode. I was in hospital. You lot were having a bad takes.
Yeah, nah, they hate us because Specs was like, Boubacar Kamara doesn't play.
Who he does play.
He does play every game.
Jacob Ramsey does play. He
Jacob
doesn't play.
Ramsey's injured. He's been injured most of the season. But Villa fans hate us. If you're starting Villa again, you got to keep one of these players. Who are you keeping?
Shut up, man.
I'm gonna go for the first time for a strike. I'm gonna go Ollie Watkins.
Really?
I'm gonna go Ollie Watkins
I get it.
Goal scorers are hard to come by, T, and the fact that a side like Aston Villa have got a goal scorer, I go cold.
It's more than goals, though.
Your table's angry at you.
What's that? He's always angry. It's much more than goals, but I'm saying goals are hard to come by. Just goals in general are hard to come by, and they've got that. So the fact that they've got that, they can just build around
Steven's
that.
gonna throw his arms.
Who are you gonna say, Steve-O?
Temperament.
No. I'm just saying.
Douglas?
If you're talking about goals, and you've got the world's greatest goal scorer, and you're not building a team around him, but then you're going to build it around the guy that doesn't get any.
I'm talking about
England
Aston
team.
Villa.
Crazy.
So
But-
you're killing Watkins.
No, allow it. Come
killing
on. No,
Watkins.
I'm saying.
You're killing Watkins.
You asked me the question, I answered it.
Yeah, but
Now
you
I'm
just
gonna
made it
move on.
general. Let's make it specific. Aston Villa, go.
Aston Villa, me personally, until his injury, so yeah, it would have been Ramsey. He's the future. like of Villa, England, all the rest of it. In my
Can't
opinion.
build a team around the future though.
Ramsey.
Yeah. So I said it would have. Yeah, you're right. So you're wrong. So
Ramsey.
for me,
You're right. You're wrong.
Douglas Luiz, love him.
He's
Absolute-
gone. He ain't even gonna.
No, but we're not.
Yeah, but that's
we're
not
doing
what
that.
we're talking
That's
about.
not, that's not the game.
I hear it, but something still to me doesn't feel like that's the guy for Villa.
I know who the guy is for Villa.
Wasn't that the guy that would even have a he wasn't even like given a contract like last season. He was like
Me and
had 1
Jordy
year
both
left or
know.
something like that.
We know.
No, you don't know.
We know.
You're a yardie. We don't care about that. Me and Jordy both know who it is.
Who is it?
Say it, Jordy.
His name is John McGinn.
Come on.
But it's not.
It is.
Do you think John McGinn?
Of course.
John McGinn's been there since.
He's been there since day one.
They tried to move him. They tried to move him.
and he fought
It
for
went
his position.
left. He came back.
And
They
now they're
look
winning.
good.
Did you see Ezri Konsa's tackle this weekend?
That was ridiculous. That was
So it was Dom
ridiculous.
Solanke, wasn't it? Yeah, where he got around, hooked it. It's not Ezri Konsa, by the way. I'm just saying. I just thought
Yeah, I
he
think I was about
deserved,
to say, I was
he
about to
deserved
say
to have that mention.
He deserves that for
He
real.
deserved
who's
that
yours?
mention.
Big up Konsa.
Now, this is based on concentrating on him a bit more.
TME.
I'm going to say it probably is Kamara. Kamara is
Pandering.
a player that
Pandering.
teams... No, because Douglas Luiz is the panda pick.
Panda.
Douglas Kamara is a player that big teams need. And he plays for Villa. I think we knew that at the time. It was like, how have they managed to get this player that everyone thought was sick? And I think if he'd have gone to a team just below Villa, he'd already be at a top team right now. Because Villa have proved to be competitive and they're buying players around him, maybe there's less of a focus on Manchester City, Arsenal, or one of the big teams going in there and going, we're going to take Kamara off you. Right now, maybe he gets moved for Ramsey. I'm calling him Jalen Ramsey, like the NFL player. But right now, I think if you could, he's the rarity in the Villa team.
I think goals are the rarity in the Premier. Like a striker that scores goals is a rarity. So that's why I would.
You can't do this. Stop going back to this well. You didn't let him land Haaland.
Watkins, come on, man.
But so I get what you're saying, but I've watched Villa as well, and it's funny. The last game I watched Kamara, and I thought because he give the ball where I think he done one where he slid it back to strike.
That was dangerous. Yeah.
Right. So I'm saying he's still got a little bit of that, but when I'm watching Douglas Luiz, I'm like, whoa, this guy's like he looks seasoned now. He's really come into it. How old is he? 26, possibly 25.
Yeah.
Bloody
And he
hell.
can do both positions.
Like,
he could do the
But
6.
I know what he's saying is like, but I think he's that type of player that you don't see unless you're watching him or played with him. But I don't have that on confirmation.
played
to be
with him?
honest. Nah.
He's cold. He's a hybrid, man. He could do both positions.
He is class. He is class.
He's class. I just said McGinn because obviously he's been there for
He looks
the beginning
great.
of time.
He looks all.
But you
great
wouldn't.
running
You
and
wouldn't.
that.
He'd probably be the last midfielder you'd build around in that team.
What's McGinn's position now as well, by the way, out of curiosity?
Midfield.
But where midfield?
He's just there.
Well, it's Kamara in the 6. It's
Kamara 6.
that kind of double 8.
Yeah, it's like a
McGinn
double 8.
and
It's a 6
Luiz.
double 8 because Luiz and McGinn they're both not 10s.
Okay.
So what we rounded it off to
Sounds like Douglas Luiz.
Sounds like Watkins to me.
Watkins, Luiz.
I'd rather
and-
go for if it's not McGinn, then they're killing us.
Leon Bailey.
Scotland, I'd give it to Douglas Luiz. Leon Bailey, come on, he just about gets 2 games.
No, Leon Bailey's going crazy. He's going crazy. Bro.
He's not going
Leon-
crazy, boys.
Leon Bailey.
Pick up my yardie though.
Cool, say no more. Aston Villa fans, on Jordy.
He started 21% of games this year.
He's not going
Played
crazy.
37% of minutes.
He's not going crazy.
And that's without injuries.
He's getting goals.
Lumos. We're checking our Jamaica, bro. Listen, Leon Bailey.
You're just trying to shout him out because you want to buck him in Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna be out there as well. You know he's gonna be out there. For
Jordy
Christmas.
made a point to me the other day that he's kind of second fiddle to Diaby, right?
Yeah, 100.
Who's obviously sick. But Jordy made the point, that's what he was doing at Leverkusen. That's why he left Leverkusen.
He's running from the army, bro.
Is that what happened at
Yeah,
Leverkusen?
it was.
And my man came to.
Yes.
Hey boys,
He hates
so
him.
have you noticed? I've noticed a little thing here that the better teams, the teams that are doing better and stronger, have more.
Good players. No way. No way.
No. Let me rephrase that.
Land!
The better teams have what?
Land! Land!
Quick, because the plane's on fire.
But you would expect at a United for them to have more than one player that you could build a team around,
Wait, that's
right?
because we will be wrong.
Okay.
We will be wrong because different coaches get different stuff out of different players, and a player can unlock another player. Like if this guy wasn't supposed to be playing with Lisandro Martinez, we know that Ten Hag doesn't think Rafael Varane's that guy. We know he thinks that Harry Maguire's not that guy. So whoever the guy is, that might make Lisandro Martinez into the perfect centre-back. He's already proved himself to be a pretty good one.
We never would have said Basuma at one point, but Ange makes it a conversation.
I always saw something in Basuma though.
Everyone did. It's just that Conte didn't.
Yeah, it was just that year.
It's just that year. Conte's blind.
Douglas Luiz.
Douglas Luiz. But last team we're going to do for this episode, Arsenal. You tear the Arsenal team down, PK Humble, and you build around one of their current players. Who is it?
We all know who it is.
It's tough, man.
It's not tough.
Oh, really?
Because Saliba.
It's between Saliba and Saka for me.
But PK's going.
Miles' mum made some.
I'm going with Saliba because Saliba you ain't. Saliba's young. Yeah. Stone. Yeah. Like. yeah. You ain't getting that. You ain't getting that. Comfy on the ball. He's got everything.
There's no other 22-year-old Salibas in the world.
Yeah. Like you ain't really seeing him get cooked. He got cooked once.
He got cooked twice while he killed him twice. Why he killed him twice?
Oh, he was treading.
I don't say there's a cooking. It turned on the microwave.
I think getting cooked is
seen him
different.
get cooked once.
Centre backs high up the pitch with players running past them. That is not a centre back getting cooked.
No,
Sorry,
I've seen him get cooked once.
Watkins.
Ollie Watkins
Yeah, that's
cooked
it.
him.
Brother,
to
he
shreds.
was not running appropriately after why he put the ball through his legs and
Forget that
why he
one.
got cooked, bro.
Like, he got cooked by that.
He got
Why?
cooked, bruv.
But cooking, Ollie Watkins cooked him up. last
Cooking's
season.
90 minutes of cookery, you know. Like cooking is not putting something on a little fry and it sizzles up, you know. That's not cookery. That's not cooking. Making eggs is not cooking.
That means he ain't been cooked then. That means he's never been cooked then.
So he's undercooked.
I think centre backs getting cooked is a weird fascination that it started with Virgil van Dijk, because Virgil van Dijk was so flawless in his off the ball, and obviously the way he carried himself on the pitch for Liverpool meant that rival fans were obsessed with the idea that he can get got, he will get got. They lost that game to Villa. There it is, and you kind of go, okay, you're hanging your whole hat on Virgil van Dijk's one game. So when people talk about William Saliba, whether it's against Haaland, whether it's against Ollie Watkins, whatever, like PK says, it's not 90 minutes.
Yeah, of course.
It's not, and it's also
Just
not
that one time he got
like you say, it's not like you didn't get your chain back, you didn't go back and bully him the next time around.
Facts.
So I think people are kind of obsessed these days with the idea of a centre back getting bullied and then putting a meme up of some guy and going full 90-minute highlights, and it's Specs Gonzalez doing drills, and they go, that's Saliba's highlights, and it's like, it's such a repetitive, draining thing that we do in football Twitter and football social media now. Saliba's consistently, since becoming a Premier League starter, there is not another one of him.
Second best centre back in the world.
It's feeling like that.
I'll build it around Rice though, personally.
But to me, it's Declan Rice.
Yeah, I'm building it around Declan Rice, man.
And that's mad because he was at West Ham last year. But he's a monster.
Because he could walk into any team.
And
right
you see,
now
there's a secret.
and start.
There's a secret that Arsenal haven't even come close to exploring. He can play centre back.
Yeah.
There might be a time in a European
Hopefully we
game
don't.
where he plays centre back.
Hopefully
and
we don't.
Arsenal progress the ball from centre back with a Jorginho who can link and control.
Boys, can I just throw a name in the hat who's already in the hat, who they are building around, and that's Odegaard.
Yeah.
Like for me, I made a wild statement a few years back. Tego don't think it's wild because it is I think he's going to be a Ballon d'Or. I said nominee. Now I know I'm saying top 3 in the future. He's going to win the Ballon d'Or.
Why can't you say
He's going to win the Ballon d'Or. He's going to win the Ballon d'Or.
Chess, man.
He's going to win the Ballon d'Or.
I don't know. I don't think he'll win the Ballon d'Or.
No?
But he's good.
He stepped off now, to be
It is built
fair.
around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
He's
Arsenal
unbelievable.
Without him, this team does not. It doesn't exist.
It doesn't
I
look
don't
as
think.
fluid. Yeah,
No, it's not that it doesn't look as fluid. So many of the pieces that have come in around him and around the team would not have come in if it wasn't for the starting point of Martin Odegaard. Odegaard joined a team that was not ready for him.
yes.
But who does when Odegaard gets the ball, who does he look for?
Saka.
Oh, so you're throwing him in the hat?
Saka's in there,
Yeah, man.
but I think he's probably third, fourth on the list.
It's Rice.
It's Rice.
Everyone, come on, man.
And I want to know what Pep would have done with him.
Who, Ricey?
I want to know what he would have done with
So they
him.
don't play 2 in the middle.
Maybe they would have done.
Maybe they played Rice with
Because
Rodri.
if they played Rodri and Rice,
That's not fair.
it's game over.
That move, that's the best thing Arsenal done. You know,
it might
Get
be.
Rice.
stopping that move.
Yeah, 100%.
If you didn't stop that move, we would have looked like Bundesliga.
Even if Pep saw him as a centre back, with that stepping into midfield thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cheating.
yeah.
So that move had to stop.
So there'd have been a Kanji, Ruben Diaz, Rodri. That's not fair.
But you know that secret he's saying about Rice going back, which was like, whoa, you're right. I think he's more looking forward though, innit, right? You've seen him, he's more joining in now. He's looking like he's going to end up a player that will probably get you 10 goals over a season.
Overall, his game across 90 minutes is a defensive game.
100%,
Even when it's high up the pitch, he's playing defensive football.
Because even against Lens, he wasn't really bombing on to get goals.
No,
Even
it's
at 5-0.
transitioning and absorbing and
Was it Wolves or Lens where I think he made like 3 challenges in a row after losing the ball?
yeah.
Steve, was he really that? You was telling us this about West Ham.
About 4 years ago, yeah.
You said you don't know how. What was it? We leveled him up though.
What?
Yeah, we made him a bit better.
Nah, not
The
really.
players around him made him a bit better.
Was he really this good at West Ham
Yes.
though?
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn, man.
Now he's getting to do it.
You should
in
watch
a
someone
more
else other than
important
Arsenal.
stage.
No, I do obviously, but no one was watching Declan Rice as Arsenal fans as much as we would watch.
No, there were some
I
Arsenal
think
fans
people
that
was.
were. There were some people.
90 minutes of every game.
Yeah, and he didn't miss minutes. And because the problem was he was so classy and so calm and composed that when West Ham would concede a goal, you could fool yourself into thinking, where was Declan Rice? Declan Rice was exactly where he needed to be. Other players weren't necessarily where they needed to be. So you got to really look for Rice at West Ham if you're trying to compare him to top Man United, top City, not Man United, sorry, top City, top Liverpool, top Arsenal player.
The Euros, he was good as well with Calvin Harris. Calvin
Harris.
Phillips. Allow me, man.
Wow.
Oh, you're old, man.
Wow. All right, so just quickly, out of all those players that we mentioned, which player in the Premier League do you build around out of all those players we mentioned?
Bruno Fernandes.
What, in the whole Premier League?
Yeah, those players that we mentioned of all those teams. So Bruno Fernandes, Declan Rice, Douglas Luiz, Trent Alexander-Arnold,
Honestly,
James Maddison.
It's Declan.
It's Declan because I think Declan is better than all those players in his position at every team.
Okay, so what we got there is an Arsenal fan and an Arsenal fan.
I'm being honest.
And hold on, no, let me land.
Oh, we mentioned Rodri, didn't
Let
we?
me land. You've got an Arsenal fan, and a West Ham fan. So, Jordy, you're probably best positioned to offer the most balanced take. Which player in the
Why don't you
Premier
start?
League?
Oh man, I'm not even being biased.
I'm gonna
No,
go.
I'm not saying you are.
Haaland. I'm going with
Haaland
Haaland.
didn't make it. Haaland didn't make it. It was
But
Rodri.
flick up it at the end, didn't it?
They flick up at the end.
Concentration levels of 4.
The concentration of FM would be 8.
Whoa! Why? Because I said Haaland.
We didn't mention him.
Yeah,
said
but
It's Rodri.
Yeah, that's you lot didn't mention it. I'm
He
mentioning
said
him.
out of the players we mentioned,
We mentioned him earlier on. Yeah.
But, no, okay, so
We
we now,
mentioned
now we're in the mud. We're in the mud. Let's get out of the mud. Of the players that we selected as
Oh,
being,
selected. Okay,
yeah,
not
yeah.
mentioned. Selected. Use the right.
I'd have to
terminology.
say, moderator, Rodri.
Over Declan Rice, you reckon?
Well, listen, Declan Rice is younger.
Yeah.
He's not better yet, though.
Nah, he's not better than him, though.
Not yet.
He's
No,
not that much
he's not
younger
better
though.
than him, nah.
No, he's not.
remember we said there's a criteria. Declan's probably got
Upside.
a little bit more to the
Yeah, but-
criteria.
Rodri's young, you know.
Yeah, he's 27, bro. He's still here for another good few seasons.
Rodri scores too. Rodri scores too.
Rodri does score as well.
PK, based on the players that we selected then,
I'm gonna go with Trent.
Trent.
Yeah, because Rodri.
Lads.
If you're gonna build around the team, you're gonna build around the team with someone that you can't get elsewhere. In that position, in centre mid, you can get Rodri. In centre mid, you can get Declan Rice. You got other guys that you can get. You can't get another Trent. So I'm gonna go with Trent.
Spoken like a true right back. Filthy at 5. Go to
You
the
thought you
website.
dropped a bomb.
Go to the website.
But I did
See us
something
on
there, you know.
Spotify. See us on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks for coming, everybody.